I'm just saying, bro. You ain't gotta, get mad at me. So you ready? You said you was ready. I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready, Mark? All right. You ready, Freddie? Mm-hmm. You rolling, huh? Andrew, we ready? We all good. Okay. Jill, okay, everybody. This is your boy K-Mo coming to you live for another episode of the Debate Talk. It's been a while, but we're back, and everything. It's a beautiful day. It's hot as hell here in St. Louis. But we are here. So, as usual, I got to my left my homeboy, King Rio.
What up?
Yeah. Looking at
You just gonna keep using my stuff, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's all good. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
We ain't had to say that in a while. But yeah, so like I said, as normal, we gonna let everybody know how we can be reached. The Debate Talk at Instagram. For those that like the Twitter still, the Debate Talk 1 at Twitter. Facebook, that's the main. It's the Debate Talk at Facebook. The Debate Talk at gmail.com is the email for us to be reached at. So we do have an exciting show. Yesterday there was an event that I had to stop by. Cassandra of Logan has Logan's Kids Resale Shop, and yesterday was her 5 years anniversary. So she had a nice get together for that. We will let her explain that a little later on, but her and Marcus are here with us today, so we will be talking to them as well as Rio. Me and Rio both agree, R. Kelly is back in the news. I got A$AP Rocky, mixed emotions about A$AP Rocky. Most definitely the NBA. My Lakers is about to be the champs, so it is what it is. I don't give a fuck about all you haters. Then Rio, what you said you had over there, man?
Man, we got a ton of stuff over here. Where you want to start out first?
Man,
you want to start serious or start funny?
I don't know. You're looking kind of funny today, so let's start funny. What's your thing? What's your thing?
You know what? Let's start with this. K-Mo gets pregnant by this Indonesia zookeeper. Don't play. Yeah, don't play with me no more. So anyway, on a real note,
really,
a zookeeper from Indonesia impregnates a female orangutan. What in the world is going on out here? Just when you think America is messed up, you got to go to the other side.
He had a lot of time on his hands.
No matter how the hell did that happen? I mean, how did that?
Did you see how they caught him?
Yeah, they basically caught him by. They say it was suspicious because this orangutan has never messed with any of the other ones. So they started planting cameras around to see who was messing around.
Oh wow!
And the keeper.
That's how they caught this person. And then also, what was the other one, Andrew? Maybe you can tell me.
Well, they had said, the article I read said that he said that it was consensual, so it wasn't wrong.
Wow, really?
See, I didn't.
And then the other thing that he said, or the other reason they started looking into it was apparently she got really sexual every time it was time for feeding.
Yeah.
And so they were like, what the heck? Anytime a human would show up.
But didn't they say all of them was getting sexual behaviors like that when they was feeding all of them?
It was at least the one.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was going to say. This is my thing, and we're going to be respectful because we have women in the room, and I'm not saying I wouldn't be respectful if y'all wasn't in the room, but
He wouldn't.
So my thing is, it's a lot of beautiful women out here to where I don't think you need to go have sex with a orangutan.
Right.
Okay, that's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong.
Well, he took the monkey stuff literally. So he had to go get the monkey. For real. He had to go get the real monkey. He wanted to get the real monkey.
I mean, I just don't. I don't get it, man. I just.
But you got to realize where it is, bro. That's Indonesia. You know, I mean, don't tell them.
Listen, you can't give no excuse. I don't care if it was in my backyard. There's no reason to be out here having sex with animals.
Bestiality, that's what it's
Hey,
called.
man, look, bro.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time.
I mean, you never know.
Listen, I'm gonna say this one more time.
There's people in America.
It's a lot of beautiful women out here, and it's all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go a little deeper. It's a lot of beautiful women, and it's a lot of ugly women. They got some good stuff to where you can mess with these women, man. You don't need to mess with no animals.
That's a little.
That's all. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Cause like I say, we got some women in the room. We don't want to get too crazy, but I'm just saying, you don't need to do that. That's all I'm gonna say. Anybody else want to comment on this?
You probably gotta look at his background. I don't want to say that.
That monkey just looked damn gum good to him, bro. That's I mean, he was keeping up with the monkey, and he just, you know,
he was feeding the monkey.
Okay, so
if he fed her, he fed her. So you know,
how old was this guy? Can I ask?
You know what? I didn't. I want to say.
Just think if he was a 40-year-old.
He's about in his 40s.
Just think if he was a 40-year-old virgin, and he on the internet not looking at the positive things like we were talking about.
He just seen.
Word, dude. It's
but the thing,
my question is, how is this baby gonna come out though? That's the next question.
Hairy, ugly, look like Bigfoot. It's gonna look just like Bigfoot. But wow, man.
Listen, look at Marcus' old fat ass talking about it's a lot of monkeys in 618. Marcus, your fat, nasty build ass, boy.
Hey, you know what? My name's Marcus too. I'm like,
we ain't talking about the Marcus on the show either.
No,
right.
We're good to go.
Mr. Marcus, we gonna bring you back on the show because I'm gonna have to light you up.
Oh my goodness. He's gonna love
you build like a hippopotamus and you talking noise.
That boy's nuts.
So anyway, let's move along to let's get these two clowns out the way. R. Kelly and Donald Trump. We're gonna start with R. Kelly.
But when you say
it's over with,
when you say get these two clowns out the way,
because I'm tired of talking about these two. We didn't talk about these two all of 2018, and we're into 2019. But I'm tired of talking about these two clowns. Okay. We're gonna start with R. Kelly. It's over with. The girl that was in that video allegedly is working with the feds now, which I really don't understand how you can go. I don't know the rule in Illinois, even though I'm from Illinois. I don't know how you can go back to something that happened. That was what, almost 2 decades ago or a decade ago.
Right.
So I don't know how you can go back. But if she is coming forward and the feds picked him up what, a week and a half ago.
Yeah, they did.
So now he's over with.
So it wasn't the girl siding with R. Kelly this time. Maybe I had it wrong because I had another post that was talking about the girl was siding with R. Kelly. Maybe it's some fake news or something, but from what you're saying is she went to the feds now. Somebody else.
No, okay. So the girl that we gonna still say allegedly, but
right.
We all know that looks like him. And that girl looked young, even though she didn't act young on that tape. But that's a whole new different conversation. Mm-hmm. The girl that he peed on is working with the feds now.
Oh wow! So yeah.
So you over with?
She didn't move. Hey, but look, my thing is this.
She didn't move.
She did. She
See, man, this dude is a sicko.
I'm just saying she liked it, bro.
Rules are rules, man. You shouldn't be talking to people underage. Okay.
Yeah, but
I will say this. A lot of these parents need to stop selling their kids to these stars.
Man, true that.
But at the end of the day, regardless if your parent gives you permission, you still
some type of boundary.
Yeah, you should have some type of dignity to say, hey, you know what? I'm cool.
I'm cool, but you look good.
Exactly, but I'm cool.
Where your ID?
Exactly. You know,
but you got enough star status and power.
You can have anybody you want for real.
The ID, yeah, you can have anybody you want. So it don't make no sense.
So
Just like with the monkey.
yeah, it's yeah.
Don't make no damn sense.
Damn monkey.
I mean, my question is, since we back on this, which one's worse, the orangutan or the 14-year-old?
It's a dual sense of reality.
Man. Hey,
I mean, because I I think about my daughter, then you think about a monkey. I would want to kill both of them.
Yeah,
I think shit. I'm surprised that damn monkey didn't kill him.
yeah.
Right.
Hey, he must got mad skills.
He do. He was sticking and moving, huh?
Please,
Man, y'all some sickos,
He was.
man.
I was just saying.
we
He was.
went back
He
to
was
the
quick,
damn
fast. Boom, in. He moved in and out, bro. That's it. That's all she wrote. Golly. So what's about your president, man?
Yeah,
What-
come on, bring your ass, Mr. Marcus. I'm on your ass next week. Can he come on the show next week?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. Come on, Mr. Marcus. We got you. We gonna cancel the guest that was supposed to come on for you.
Oh Lord. So what about your president, man?
So Donald Trump. I mean, again, please, when it's time for election, even if you're a Republican, please vote for the other person because this dude right here is something else. You out there telling people that was born in America to go back to their country because I don't.
Sense of history, man.
You got to be kidding me, man.
But you know, he's a distraction. And that's what people. He's a distraction, and we're busy. Well, people are busy focusing on what he's saying and doing, but you need to be focused on why aren't the others saying and doing anything
Oh,
to shut him down.
well, you know what's
Yeah.
crazy? You say that
Oh,
is
good point.
one of the leaders of the Republicans came out and said enough's enough. We got to do something about this.
Yeah.
Well,
But for
So-
him to able even to become the president
Well, that just
He
shows
had-
you what state of mind America's in.
as a totality, in which man it's playing out, it needs to die out, and it is.
You have to look at it both ways. When Obama became president, you seen people coming out of cracks, crevices, all kind of places that never voted in their life to
Right.
go vote for him.
Right.
And it's the same situation 8 years later after that. You had people coming out of cracks, crevices, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even Dave Chappelle said you should have seen all the people that went in line to vote for Donald Trump. And
man, you right.
you know,
right.
so I mean, it's just the way how the world, the country is. You know what I'm saying? It basically, these last two presidents, Obama and Trump, has woke a lot of people up to go vote that's never voted before.
True.
So that's the thing, you know. And I mean, hey, what can you say? But I'm very interested to see how this election is going to come out.
But it's funny because you know when they're saying that you know he's racist. What they're saying he's not racist because I was listening to the Al Sharpton this morning, and the caller said that you know he's not racist just because he told them to go back to his country, to their country. Well, my thing is, you know, he didn't clarify what he meant by that. You know, that needs to be clarified. You know, I mean, because everybody's first mind is to say, when you say go back to your country, you know, by it being an African American female, you know, you're telling her to go back to Africa. But the question that Al Sharpton brought up is that when he's talking to someone of Caucasian descent, do he tell that comes at him, attacks him, do he tell them
No.
to go back to where they came from?
Mm-mm.
You know, and then one caller said, well, yes, he did tell her to go back. So Al Sharpton said, well, when was this? He said he did. But my thing is, if you're telling someone of African descent, you know, what to go back where you come from, everybody knows what you're talking about. So
Yeah,
there's no way that can be justified. You know, it's
you know
not.
what? If we look at what he's saying and if we go by what he's saying, then he would have to go somewhere.
His wife for sure.
So I mean, it's another show, but it just depends on what perception of history you are looking at.
But it's, you know, my thing is, if you're going to say that someone is illegal or whatever, you have to look at his wife.
Ayana.
Well, she's not really illegal because he married her. So I mean, technically, she's not illegal.
But fuck, she's an immigrant too.
I agree on that, but
So
you know, she
get her out of here.
He don't like her for real.
Right.
Back to the country.
She was, you know.
But yeah, man, these two guys, man. Hopefully, after R. Kelly goes to jail because he has no bond, we can put that to rest, and hopefully in what is the next election, 2020, we can put Donald Trump to rest.
And then the thing is, R. Kelly has to go to New York too. He has a case in New York too.
Well, it's done. If it's true what they said about that girl coming forward, and now she's cooperating with the feds, it's a wrap for him.
That's terrible.
How do you get that far into messing with children? And
Well, he was molested.
yeah, I'm saying, shit. I ain't seen a documentary from how people were saying this was a known thing about him. Chili was talking. I mean, this was something that people turned the blind.
But you know what
down.
though? Not to cut you off, Camo, before you start.
As usual.
I didn't cut you off because you didn't say nothing. So anyway, a lot of my friends in Chicago said, "Man, this stuff been going on for years. Ain't nobody said nothing until now. All of a sudden, this documentary comes out."
He got a catalog
Exactly.
that's so extensive. We would buy Bill Cosby.
And that's true too.
Bill Cosby.
I'm not saying messing with children is wrong, right? I'm not.
You mean you're not saying it's right?
Exactly.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
say
we
it's
got
wrong.
we got you. We got your
For
back,
the
man.
record.
We ain't one of them. We ain't one of them news outlets to be like, you heard what he said.
Right. Put me on total blast.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut
Right.
that portion out right there.
Right.
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 We had to edit
right,
that
right.
shit. Yeah.
But I mean, it's so many. If we want to look at child molestation as a history lesson, right? We have to go to slavery.
Yeah, I agree.
Because when you had a plantation owner and he was a little the other way, he had a field day.
Right. He did whatever he wanted.
And when you look at the history of Africans before slavery, you have no accounts of it. So it's just a perception again, man. I don't want to get too deep on that.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
it
right.
is. It is, but it's terrible.
You want to deal with the root cause problem of some things, we have to dig into history.
No, you're 100% right. That's how it all starts. It starts from somewhere. So I agree with you. So moving along. Hey man, did y'all see Sanaya Lathan? She cut her hair off.
Wow. No?
Yes.
Oh my God, she looked good.
Really?
She did.
Like off?
She
or-
cut her hair like she has
She
like
low. She got a low cut.
she has a low cut.
Wow.
Like y'all,
Yeah,
Not.
bald head.
I'm gonna pull it up.
Not like.
remind me to pull
No,
it up.
it's not that low.
She's not bald head, but she pretty much is though. She ain't like skin bald, but
Yeah,
she
she ain't.
she cut her hair down though.
Wow. I wonder if it's one of those. Is it Christina Aguilera? Or no.
No,
Miley Cyrus.
Britney Spears.
Yeah,
Spears.
that's it.
Hell
No,
no,
it's
no,
none of that. Okay.
no, she ain't going through nothing.
It's a little bit more hair on. There.
All right.
yeah.
And like she just said, yeah.
Nah, Britney Spears was going through some shit.
Seriously.
So
Yeah.
listen,
She was-
let's get to my bad. Go ahead. My
No,
bad.
go ahead. What you say? Let's get to what.
Go ahead, man.
Since you was talking about Donald Trump, I was going to talk about ASAP Rocky.
Okay.
What you think about? What did you think about him getting locked up overseas and people talking about that we should
Sign a petition.
to get his ass out?
Well, that's all people from over here that's upset about what he said about
Ferguson.
the Ferguson
Black girls.
thing.
Oh,
Ferguson. Yeah. Yeah. That mean,
This is my thing though. I'm not for what he said about that, but I'm not against it. Some people don't relate; they don't relate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Relating to human existence and treated fairly should be everyone should care about that. Am I wrong?
well, no, you're not wrong.
You're not
Because
wrong,
if
but
it was-
again,
But the
your
thing
kids
is,
or your family members being done wrong, then when the problem comes a problem.
you know what? I'm sorry. No,
Go ahead.
it's not about his perception or his how he feels. What it was is that it's not always what you say, is how you say it. You know what I'm saying? And yes, being from St. Louis and at the time actually, living in the Ferguson and then actually knowing I knew his the young man's mother, so it was a little closer to the to the situation. So the thing about it is that if you sit there and say, I'm not worried about that shit. Fuck this. I'm not from Ferguson. I'm not going to. Now you're in the position.
In the same position.
Now you want people to come and and just say, hey, do something for me. But damn, the dude just got shot, and you was downplaying it. Like it's nothing. And then there's so many people that's gonna play on that. That's just like this show. Okay, the show's not big and all, but somebody might say, "Oh, damn, you heard what Kamo said on the show." You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can say anything that you want to say. It's just about how you deliver it. And his delivery was totally just fucked up,
horrible.
So my thing is,
for him to be in a position
that he's in,
man.
let his ass stay.
Yeah, fuck.
For a while. Let him stay for a while.
Listen, if he did something crazy, that's fine. But
I know after this, him being locked up, if the Ferguson situation would have happened after he got locked up, his delivery and what he was saying would probably be totally different.
And now, what I was gonna say. You know what? And now he better not get his ass out and say, you know what, I did fuck up and say.
That's what he's gonna do though.
Fuck that.
You can't say F that because now he's relating.
I don't care. It's too late, bro. It's too late. You done said what you said. It's too late, bro.
So is ASAP Rocky from the East Coast? I mean, he's from the West Coast, right?
No, I think he's from the East Coast.
That's a damn shame. You don't even know where he's from.
I think he's from New York.
Oh, I was about to say if he's from California somewhere, he should do a little history about the riots and stuff like that. And maybe he wouldn't be so insensitive
if he wasn't on so many drugs,
law enforcement.
But again, I'm telling y'all how I'm not. Like I say, I'm not sticking up for ASAP Rocky. But again, if he was born and raised in the suburbs, he's not going to relate to some stuff that happened in the hood.
Right,
you're right.
It's just that simple.
It's just the ignorance of. I understand.
Yeah,
it's no different when. And people take this wrong all the time too. I don't take it personally. And when a white person don't understand why we still stuck on racism, they didn't live that life. They didn't get their ass. A lot of them didn't get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Like back then. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not upset when they come out and say that.
You're not upset about a lot of shit. But the damn, bro, shit.
Am I supposed to?
Hell yeah, you supposed.
Why?
No, you know what? No, you're not supposed to be mad. I mean, it's just not. I'm not mad. It's just that you are a young brother too. You know what I'm saying? And that young brother was, I can understand if someone does something, but just walking down the street, you know what I'm saying, and just have all of a sudden, your life just be taken, and that brother was just
life should understand it this
way. Yeah,
Let me ask you a question, either one of y'all. When you walk outside the house and don't get harassed, can you relate to somebody says, when I walk outside the house, I get harassed every day? Can you can't relate to that because that's never happened to you, right?
Right.
So when she walks out the house and zip-de-doo, you know what I'm saying? But I walk out the house and I got to look around and make sure there ain't no cop around. You know what I'm saying?
Ignorance to the law is not an excuse.
Right? So I'm pretty fucking sure he can't walk out the house and not get harassed before.
Who?
So ASAP Rocky. So he should have been able to relate to what the situation was.
It just depends.
Not now. Like he say, he living good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, you living good.
He got messed up in a different country. It is messed up because he was only fighting.
Keep your ass from over there. Don't go.
He maybe he might do that now.
Don't go nowhere. Fucking with people.
I'm just saying, man. What I'm trying to say is you can't be mad at people that don't relate to certain situations.
Okay. True. Agree to disagree for 5,000.
Well, I mean that I get where he coming from. That's just like with all these recent senseless drive-by shooting of these innocent babies, these kids, these children that didn't get a chance to live their life, grow up. And then, we as a community is saddened by it. However, the whole act of it, we can relate, but until you actually experience that, you don't have a clue what it feels like to lose a child.
Right.
And that is totally different. So you're absolutely correct if you look at it in that realm. that, you know, until you actually experience, it's the difference between seeing it, because Mama and them, going back to old school, Mama and them used to say, "Oh, you don't believe fat meat grease?" And we'd be looking at them like, what is she talking about? Fat meat is grease and it's good too, especially on fried chicken, right? So, but when we got older, we understood. So they told us stuff, okay? They see stuff, but until you actually experience it, that is a totally different effect.
See, I'm glad you said that, because I was telling somebody the other day at my job that if I lost either one of my kids, of course I'm going to be hurt, but I'm not going to be as hurt as another parent would. And the reason is, I watched my mom for 20, 30 years suffer from when my oldest brother got killed. He was a cab driver. He got shot in the back of the head. He was a cab driver. I watched her every day for 20 years hurt. So that, guess what that did to me? That made me a stronger person, to where if I ever have to go through that, I'm somewhat prepared.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just like you say, if you ain't never lost nobody before, yeah, you're gonna be messed up. But if you have, you might not be as messed up, depending on what kind of state you're in.
Right.
I think it's when we're looking at something like that, it's a very intricate story, because we used to have senses. This world actually beats us down in a way that it doesn't have us feeling in a telepathic way. Of some things we don't have to experience to know that it's wrong or feel that it's wrong. But if you're desensitized from this world, meaning you may have a bum out on the street, man, and, you know, my mother, father, everybody done gave up on this person. So I may come riding up in a nice car or something, and I say, man, here go $1. They're like, I don't want your dollar. I'm like, damn, bro, I could tell you broke. Why wouldn't you want to receive help? When you get beat down so much, you are totally desensitized and feeling what another person may feel or something like that. When you're looking at brothers who will shoot somebody else that look like them, and knowing that we need unity, you can most definitely say that he's desensitized from understanding what he's doing.
Right, right.
And that's, and that's psychology.
Yeah.
So we have to do another history lesson.
But you know what? You know, Marshawn Lynch said one of the smartest things, that the lady asked him, why do she basically was asking him, like, well, black folks get a lot of money, why they go crazy like that with that money? And he was like, well, how would you feel if you had to go that, and if you had to go 3 or 4 days or maybe a week without eating anything, or all you eating is noodles, and all, you know what I'm saying? Then you throw all this money in my face, and now I'm trying to make sure I'm living my best life for the rest of my life, not knowing I'm going to go broke.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, people, like I say, when you don't relate, you don't understand.
Right.
That's why we go to school, because there's a lot of stuff we don't relate on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, I tell people all the time, a white lady taught me my black history.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So if it wasn't for this white lady teaching me my black history, I wouldn't know black history like that.
There's a dual sense of reality there.
Right.
It's a perception.
You know what I'm saying?
I know that she probably only hip to a certain perception of black history. And a lot of times we mistake black history after what Europeans done.
Right.
We need to, you know, and that's a perception.
Right.
Either you know who we was before we got our butt kicked, or you know who we was after.
Right.
So black history could be Mansa Musa, Nefertiti, Amun-Ra, or it could be Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
Right.
So it's where do you know your history and where does it start?
Right.
So that's another history lesson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's big.
What's up, man? What you got next?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I like this. I'm feeling comfortable.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
we got some good viewers on there too, man. Shout out to all the viewers.
Yeah, for real. My stuff is popping.
Yeah, that's a good, man. I look at it like this, man. We just might as well just go on, and talk about what,
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce. Go ahead.
What they have going on.
I'm gonna introduce these guests. My homegirl, met her through Facebook. She has it's called Logan's Kids Resale, and we're gonna talk to Cassandra Logan about her business as of 5 years, correct?
That is correct.
So please, let the people know who you are. Of course, I already introduced you, but let us know a little bit more about how we can find this business, how we can help with this business, and things like that.
Okay. My name is Cassandra Logan. I am the proprietor of owner Logan's Kids Resale. I started it.
CEO.
Yeah, CEO. I wore many hats. Oh my goodness. I started this business in 2014, and in doing so, a lot of things has transpired, and I'm gonna have to go a little deeper than that. You know, when you have a calling on your life, a lot of people don't know their calling and their gift, and we all have a purpose. And of course, a lot of us don't know that purpose. So when this door opened, I was sitting in the shop one day, and I asked the Lord. I said, "All right, Lord, what you open up these doors? What?" And I heard a small voice that say, "I am a natural giver. Um, I do it, and I've always have been that." So God had opened up this door. It's not just a business; it's a ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And He put me in this demographic area of 63118. So I am located at 3141 Merrimack Street, 63118, right there at the corner of Compton and Merrimack, right across from the big church. And in that area, if you're familiar, which is the South Side, the demographic is a social, economic, deprived area. So in this business, instead of selling, I give away more than I sell, and that is okay because uh, that is what am I supposed to do. I do help families in need. You do it by going to, I don't really want to say their names because they haven't actually activated, but I the one of the ones that does use me on a regular is the Moorish Temple. They give the families referrals, and I give them up to $100 worth of merchandise that is needed, whether they've been in a house fire or in a situation that caused them some type of hardship. And because I am a for-profit business, I have to put a cap on it, but yet I do a lot of non-for-profit things. So with that being said, the family get $100 worth of merchandise, and they pay the other half. Well, the Moorish Temple, they don't want the family to pay anything, and that's fine. They pay the other half. So the motto is of Logan's Kids vision is to become a community based business like no other resource. In addition to that, instead of is one of the things we were just talking about, condition. We're so conditioned on getting handouts that you don't appreciate. You don't know how to fend for yourself, which causes a domino effect of a lot of things. Homelessness, crime, and you can go down the list of crimes. So instead of a hand out, I give a hand up. And that is the approach of Logan's Kids Resale.
Well, that's good. That's
Most definitely. It's kind of like why I jumped on board with him, man. She's positive energy. Honestly.
Right. And introduce yourself, sir, Marcus.
Yeah, I'm Marcus Haskins. You would call me president of Marquette Community Development, which produces Marquette Community Day book bag giveaway. I jumped on board with Logan Resale with her 5th year anniversary yesterday. She's also helping me sponsor my event, which is coming August 4th between 12 and 4. I just really want to go into how I come to this book bag giveaway community day. And it's like where her resale shop is. It's the park that I work at. It actually is a block away. So it just only makes sense for us to collaborate.
Right, right.
And which that's what we're doing for 2019 Marquette Community Day. So I stay in the area, not far from the park and her resale shop. I graduated from Roosevelt 2001. I want to say my age, but you can do the numbers from there. Right?
And I tried to get that basketball job over there at
Really?
Roosevelt, and I was
This year?
yeah, because they was hiring.
Bernard Thornton.
Yeah,
That's my cousin, man.
yeah.
That's my cousin.
That's
the new coach,
Okay.
basketball coach. Now.
Okay,
He
yeah.
comes from Sodan. He actually organized their program and kind of just came over to Roosevelt.
Yeah.
So it's somebody else we're gonna be working with, Cassandra.
Okay. All
yeah.
right.
So for the most part, man, I grew up in the same neighborhood. Graduated from the school not too far from the recreation center. I also used the recreation center, Thomas Dunn Learning Center, which is situated right next to each other. So 2017, we formed a Marquette Community Day book bag giveaway. We gave over 400 book bags that year. We had a 10 species pet and zoo, activities and entertainment, which turned into a non-for-profit. That's where we at this year. We're trying to bring the same thing, relief, to Marquette community and surrounding areas. We have a bunch of great sponsors. We have our two-time world champion, Devin Alexander, coming through and blessing the stage. He's also one of our great sponsors too.
Oh yeah.
We have
Okay.
DT2, Logan Resales,
Don's Meat Market.
Don's Meat Market. We just have a whole. It's a community day. It's a 4-hour day. We did 6 the year before, but in those 4 hours, our kids wouldn't have to worry about anything. Man, we have a 40-and-8 lodge, and this is what we call bridging the gap here. The lodge that I'm talking about, I'm trying to see how can I express this opinion. And this is my personal opinion. It's a bunch of older white guys that come to one spot. They bring their dues in. And I have a community living center that's situated across the street from them. And I seen this one older white guy stand out there, drinking, tossing up a beer. Hey, how you doing? My name's Marcus. One thing led to another. He gave me the history of his lodge, and also he used to be used Marquette Recreation Center also. So it's a sentimental value for him and me both, which was able for us to bridge the gap, and he's been supporting us for the last 3 years in bringing in a 1900s locomotive on wheels. I would say that's what it is, but the kids love it.
Wow.
He drive them around the park and stuff and take them on rides and stuff. So it's
Awesome.
me and Cassandra. We just love our community. When I met her, I just knew that this is the one. She felt the same way about me, and we've been rolling tough every day
since.
for our
Yes.
community. Honestly.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's what it's all about when people see,
It's a
the
collaboration.
same vision.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
most
saying?
definitely.
Because you got a lot of people, and this is so positive as going on. I don't want to be negative, but you got a lot of people that act like they're in competition.
Yes.
So I'm glad that y'all seen each other and came together like that. And now the debate talk is gonna get involved with both of y'all, and hopefully we all can
Right.
do something.
Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully we can do some maybe on Thanksgiving where we give away 100 turkeys or maybe
Yeah.
even
There you go.
500
Oh, yeah.
turkeys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
Most definitely.
It's just like him. Like me and him got cool because I was working at Hertz through a contracted company,
Right.
and he. Am I allowed to say that?
Say well, we
You
met.
didn't
We
say
met.
it now.
Right.
We met at Hertz.
So, okay,
we met
so-
at Hertz. Yeah.
Anyway, we got to talking about sports and all different kind of stuff, and it's like every day we would always just walk up to each other and just talk about different stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna add you to my sports group. So I add him to the group, made him admin, and then like it went on. Like he's like, man, I think I'm gonna bring you on this show. I'm like, all right, that's cool because I've been wanting to find a way to try to do a podcast.
Right.
And it took his fat ass 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or whatever. But he ended
You
up,
made it happen.
yeah, he ended up hitting me up like, "Hey man, I'm bringing you on this Sunday." I'm like, "You for real?" And he's like,
Right,
"Yeah."
right.
So I
Excitement.
came on, and I'm like, "Dang, this boy, this
He about his business.
it's hard." Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, we talk about each other, but at the end of the day, it's a
Great
brother,
love.
It's
a
love.
brotherly love relationship. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he he's really, you know, through my time, you know, me going through some stuff, he's always been there. You know what I'm
Blessings
saying? So
come in disguise.
yeah,
And I say that because she took me out to dinner Saturday, right? Friday.
No, if Saturday I had an issue, that had to be Friday night.
Friday night. So, and she said, you know, we're going to VIP with free food, free drinks. Cool. We talking, and I noticed that I was able to situate myself in this one room. She wanted to go downstairs and mingle and jingle. So I found myself watching the game. I was just telling you guys about this. We was down 7.
yeah.
I haven't watched baseball in years, but I was so locked in,
Right.
eating good, drinking, or whatever the case may be. And the other guys that were sitting there with me, they was like, yeah, man, my wife down there. Where's your wife at? And they were talking about Cassandra. I'm thinking like, you know, I'm just gonna let that go. But the reason why I'm saying it's a blessing in disguise is this, because I know some people probably look like, why are they here together? Whatever the case may be. But this is a blessing to me, and I know that I am to her.
Hey,
Right.
You know, no matter how it comes, you know, whatever it looks like or whatever the case may be,
Right.
this is a blessing in disguise.
As long as you all know.
Cassandra,
definitely.
the next time dinner comes around and I don't get invited, me and you gonna have a problem. Because when we got in tune about her coming on to the show, I called her. She's like, I'm out to dinner right now, and
Right.
I'm like, that's cool. Just call me back when you get. She goes, are you sure? Because I said, I'm up all night. Just call me when you get done. So she called me, got to tell me how good the dinner was. So I got all hungry again for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So
you
that's-
most
yeah.
definitely has to get an invite.
Yeah, I got to get an invite. And then you said it was free too.
Man.
Oh man,
Yeah,
you out there
yes.
living the life, aren't you?
Because you know, before we go, we asked that question. Do I have to bring some money? Like,
Nah, you good.
and she was solid. No. Keep it
Right.
And I was good.
That's what's up. That's what's
But
up.
no, Rio, he was right. You know, when debate talk first started, it was me and a young lady, Wanda B. You know, she helped me start the show. You know, so then when I chose to bring him on, you know, he was you know, he was all for it. You know, he had said that he wanted to do some things. So I said, well, just come through, you know, and just see, you know, give a different vibe to the show.
Right.
And which shit is
It worked out.
boy ass stayed.
Yeah, hey, look, I can
You know
see
what
the
I'm saying?
chemistry between you guys. Honestly, it's
Oh, yeah.
I'm comfortable, so I know
Right.
when you guys met, you just kind of like it manifested itself.
Well, yeah, it did. It really did. You know, he said some things, you know, and I was like, oh, okay, this dude, you know, okay, so he cool people, you know. And then when he, you know, put me in the group, and then, you know, he was like, you know, I'm glad you in the group, you know, you know, do all the posting, you know, so it just, you know, we just clicked up,
Right.
you know.
Same here.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And see,
Same
this.
here.
Let me tell you something. Like this group, I started this group when I was in college, so this group is like close to a decade old.
Dinosaur.
Okay, so
Yeah,
okay, you-
but-
Fossils. and
Well, yeah,
shit.
no, but it you know, I tell the age on the group. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when they came on, it wasn't really doing nothing when I first started, and I kind of let it go.
and you see where when he came on,
Yeah.
it stimulated something.
Yeah, and then everybody else. So it went from bringing him on, and then other people. Now it's like a group for
network.
real. Yeah, it's a
For
network,
real.
and
Right.
now it's gonna be like coming soon. It's gonna be like 6 or 7 of us. We're gonna
Okay.
start a
It's
round.
growing.
Yeah, we're gonna start a round table discussion on sports.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
Sound like a plan.
yeah,
So
and this
everybody's
all
trying to do something positive.
yeah.
man.
And
One
we-
to another.
We even put our boy Andrew in the group, you know.
Yeah. Andrew's the baseball guy. We just got to get on the post a little bit more. I think he still act like he's shy a little bit.
I want to see
Baseball and
that
hockey.
tattoo shirt though.
The only reason I say that's probably dead is because one of the players that he was gonna do that for is playing for the Phillies, and he got this fat ass contract. So that's probably
We're gonna make something happen with that.
yeah.
I was gonna say,
We gonna make something happen.
We do something different. It ain't
We
got
gonna
to
make
be that.
Yeah, we're gonna make
But I
something
tell you guys what, and I got to get back in tune with him. A buddy of mine, he looks like Jesus, and he said he was gonna go to the Cardinal game with his hair down and with just a robe on.
You're not talking to the white guy that always walk up and down Jefferson with the.
Nah,
Okay.
He look like Jesus.
This
What
one of
the
my
fuck?
buddies. He when you
What does
see him,
Jesus look like? I ain't never seen him.
well,
I mean,
you know
according to
what?
the picture.
There we go.
Ah,
Another history.
you know what?
lesson, perception.
I hate to be negative, but guess what? According to America, Jesus has long hair,
blue eyes, blonde hair.
and he's white.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew,
Are you saying he's not?
You kind of fit the description. I'm not gonna say he's not.
Just for the record, I'm kidding when I say
Come on, Andrew. We know you. We know you good people, man.
Right.
I'm not gonna say he's not, but I'm not gonna say he is because when I was younger, I thought it was a real Santa Claus. It wasn't.
It was. It was.
No, it's not.
I
also, I also thought it was a real tooth fairy, right? Until one day I looked under my pillow and had a food stamp. I knew that was my mama. So I mean, hey, it's a lot of things that as you get older, you be like, you kind of question these things.
Experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
Experience is the
There
best
you
teacher.
go.
That's crazy, bro. But nah, man, I do appreciate you all coming on, and the debate talk. We here for this is basically what the debate talk was about. How we talked about the politics earlier, but I wanted to. My vision was to have more positive, things. I am. People say I am negative, and everything, but this is what it's all about. Having people, that are trying to do good things for their community just as well. I'm open to having anybody that whether you're negative, positive, or whatever, come on the show, because like the debate talk stands for every conversation that you have is debatable.
Yeah.
So that's where the debate talk comes from.
So you can bring the negative and it may turn into a
positive.
positive.
Exactly.
You can bring the positive and it can turn into
a negative.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because everybody has their own opinion on things,
With their perception of things.
Yeah, and how things are going to be.
Right.
So
Look, I'm gonna tell you a story right quick in regards to the perception. So when you're in school, they always say, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And then you get them an array of things, right? The second thing was, I think I had to be like 12, 13, maybe 14. My mother was a phlebotomist, but at that time, I did not know the terminology of it.
Right.
So I said, she's a blood drawer. And they was like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, what's so cool about that? She sits there and draw blood all day. And, they were like, I mean, when did you get to work in a lab? Nobody ever asked me, what was my perception of it? And this is what I would have said, and don't y'all laugh too loud. My perception of being a blood drawer was, she got all of these tubes of blood, she got all these pieces of paper, and she just pour the blood on the paper, and wherever it fans out, she take a pen and draw around it. That was my perception of a blood drawer.
Wow.
And that's why it was boring to me. So you're right. You think of it like that, and I tell people, okay, it's people's perception. I was 13, 14, and even though I was a child, but still, the perception of people, it is just amazing. If you were to actually ask them what it was, that was my perception of a blood drawer. Right. She just sit there and bust tubes of blood on paper and just let it splat and just draw around it.
Right.
So,
you didn't know she was specifically drawing blood.
She's drawing
putting a tunic on and putting it didn't, because in my head, in my mind, the perception, it wasn't envision of putting a tunic on, putting getting a valve, getting a foot long needle and going into somebody's vein and suctioning it out. Yeah, that wasn't that. No.
Well, at 13, you never know. You
got some people that's 44 thinking like that 13-year-old.
Exact man. Sure, right.
Ain't nothing like an old fool.
Say looking like a fool with your pants on the ground.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
I ain't heard that in a minute.
Right. But nah, man, I must say, man, it was fun having you all in, because, bringing something that's just so serious, for the community, and then, we were able to have fun, with it. So a little recap, Rio, what you had, we talked about what, R. Kelly, A$AP Rocky, Your President, we talked about Pimp Juice over there.
The monkey and the man.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know how to call it.
So my thing is, you see that, that people be having sexual intercourse with dogs and
Yeah, it's called bestiality.
finish
Yes.
stuff
my
like
life.
that.
That's what it's
So
called,
Yes,
bestiality.
bestiality. Yes.
You guys want me to tell you guys a story? I don't know if I should say this.
No.
no, I don't,
We got
no,
about 15 We
no.
got about 10 more minutes.
We roll together,
Yeah,
bro.
we
I
got
don't want to
15
look
minutes.
over there and you talk about some dog that you done
So let me tell y'all a
banged.
story. So when I was in
my
college, I
God.
used to say, I could say this because it was a minute ago. So I used to sell movies, and
I'm gonna stop you right there.
so when I would go bowling every Wednesday, I had my fair share of customers that always bought movies and stuff. So this one dude comes up and he's like, "Man, do you sell porn?"
Here we go.
I said, "No, but I get access to it." Yeah. So every week he would buy it. When I started getting it, he'd buy like 4 or 5 different ones,
I
right?
would have been your favorite customer.
Goodness gracious.
So as each week got by, as each week went on, he was like, "Man, I want some stuff that's
Real graphic.
spice it up." Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right. So this I'm gonna go into 1 week. He was like, okay, that was cool, but I need you to spice it up some more.
Mm.
So I'm like, man, listen, I don't want to be searching for this shit all the time. I really don't know what else to get this dude. Well, I gave him the bestiality.
Mm.
Wow.
It was it was the one when
horses.
when the horse was smashing old girl. And so
That's some sick stuff.
so I gave him that, right. He comes back the next week, goes, I'm gonna give you this back.
Yeah, so you went above and beyond the task.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna give this back to you, and that right there was off the meat rack.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not trying to bring race in it, but it was a white dude. He was like, this is off the meat rack, and I don't
You
really.
probably helped him out.
So
He still was your best customer. For the
yeah,
porn.
oh yeah. So I apologized to him. I said, bro, I thought you wanted me.
You spiced the shit up
each
on him,
week.
though.
You wanted me to spice it up.
Right.
So I really didn't know what else to get.
That horse killed that situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it was funny, man.
Sometimes exposure of wrongdoing helps the person that's doing the wrongdoing. Sometimes.
I don't think it's really wrongdoing for the simple fact that he didn't take it to the next level like this clown did with this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, if he
At least.
Well, he just knew he couldn't impregnate no damn horse. That's all.
Well,
that was.
what I will say is after this situation with this orangutan.
But see,
Yeah.
that's some crazy shit though. I don't.
He
How
did
was
it
that?
with no condom?
You want me to? I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, that is nasty.
But
too.
the thing
you
is,
want me to say this
how
though?
does that
It's
happen? I
even
mean,
though.
Can you get an animal pregnant?
Well,
Okay,
obviously,
so wait. The anatomy of it, when they do a lot of drug testing, we are the closest to the primate as far as the genetic gene and stuff. So apparently, close enough so they can produce.
Damn.
and if you notice, that's the only animal that can talk, right? Well, besides a bird, but
Birds talk, monkeys talk.
Yeah.
monkey, yeah.
Yeah, birds. There are parrots. You
Parakeet.
have the
You better not
it's
fuck
called
no
a
parrot.
Nah, you ain't gonna make me do that.
Dude, you a sicko, man. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna get you back for that
Oh, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Wow.
too. So how many months are you due, orangutan? So
6 months.
I just
he
want
said, didn't he?
my question is,
Fuck him.
because this dude definitely needs to probably be jailed. Ain't no telling in Indonesia. He might
Wait
be
a minute.
jailed.
Why the hell does he need to go to jail? Because he fucked the monkey.
Dude, for real.
No, he needs some psychiatric.
Yeah.
Hey,
My
I'm-
thing is, how is this baby? I know I asked this question earlier. I just want to see how this baby's gonna look. I want to see, are they gonna keep it in?
Captivity.
Right.
Hell no, because it's gonna be walking. It's gonna be walking normal. I'm telling you, bro, that's gonna be a Bigfoot baby.
That's crip walking.
That's gonna be a Bigfoot baby, dog. I'm telling you, they're gonna have to shave that mug up. That is gonna be the hairiest baby. It's probably gonna be a Shimsur.
Crip walking.
It's probably gonna
What's a
be
chimsher?
a Shimsur. That's for another story. That's another.
Alright.
Episode. We'll have to get that'll be a disclaimer at the bottom.
We talk about that off air.
Yeah, but no, that is gonna be interesting to see. I want to follow that story. 'cause
I'm
wanna
definitely
see.
gonna follow it.
I most
Matter of
definitely
fact, I'm gonna be making
want
phone
to see.
calls.
We need to go to Indonesia and
Because
go live.
this is my question though. What if this baby
This monkey comes out.
and is living a human life though? Are they gonna keep this, like you say? Are they gonna keep this person?
Hey, but you know what? That is the real Tarzan, bro. I'm telling you, that is the real Tarzan, because that baby monkey is gonna be swinging from tree to tree. He's gonna be swinging from tree to tree.
So real quick, what's your name again? I'm sorry,
Grace.
Grace. What you give us your honest, an open mind about the show?
Oh, the show?
Yeah.
It's very entertaining.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, that's Grace. Grace is sitting in with us today. This is her first time here, so I'm glad we left a nice impression on her.
We broke her in.
Yeah.
Broke her in easy.
I hope Andrew warned her before we came, but
He probably didn't.
yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't. He was like, yeah, "What you
Got
say?"
a couple great guys coming.
Andrew, what's up with this look though, man? You I'm saying you look like you just came from like Hawaii or something.
I wish I just came from Hawaii.
No, Andrew been.
Oh, that's that sun out there.
I went to the lake.
Did you?
A couple weekends.
Okay,
Played a bunch of golf.
that's what's up. Yeah, you just come back. You usually got your Vans on. You got the skateboard jeans, but you just can't relax today.
Dude, it's way too hot to be wearing pants.
Yeah.
Tell me that, man.
Right. So, well, yeah, I must say, today was very, very interesting. Like I always say, each and every week, everyone that tuned in, please give your input. You know, me and my cousin, which he's with Team Fat Feezy. That's my other adventure. He told me, because the show, I had mixed emotions about the show because not getting feedback. So I was kind of like, maybe I need to take a little break and do some thinking. But he was like, man, man, people talking about your show, He was like, so people tune into you, but they don't ever pay attention. I like people to tell me what it is. Thanks for don't be that type of guy.
See, this is my thing about your little bullshit analogy about the show. Like, what makes you think that you're gonna let the show go and I'm on this one?
Makes you tank, because I ain't tanking nothing. So it just is what it is.
I mean, I get where he coming. You got a lot of people watching. A lot of people. However, the ones that should and could respond and say, "Hey, kudos, you're doing a great job," ain't saying jack diddly. And he felt some type of way, because I feel the same type of way in the business. A lot of people watching you. They ain't saying nothing.
Exactly. And then the thing about that
I can't worry
is,
about them people though. I worry about people like you.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you.
How did we meet? I'm gonna let you tell it.
How did we meet? On Facebook.
Exactly. You inboxed me on
That's
the
right.
on the podcast page,
That's right.
and what did I do? And then
responded
you
back
probably
with
didn't think it was gonna happen at first because there was a little discrepancies, but we made it happen.
We made it happen. Actually, we've
He's
been
a
trying to
good
do
guy.
this for about 3 weeks now.
Really?
3.
Yes.
Completion.
Yeah.
Yes.
The number 3 means completion.
See, boom, there it is.
Right.
Third time's a charm, bro.
There you go.
That's it. Well,
Marcus, what you got to say, man? I forget you came on.
Hey, I'm just interested in giving information. Great interview. I feel comfortable. We had a bunch of great topics. You guys make your host. You guys make your guests feel good, where we can express what we want to express, and I appreciate you guys, man.
oh man, we appreciate.
We
y'all
had some
coming
food for y'all, but as you can see,
Nah, y'all ain't had no food.
that's my co-host ate it all.
through.
So
Get him out of here.
what's next for you?
What is next for me is I'm gonna do another 5 years and more, and from that, and grow and expand. I do take charitable donations,
Okay.
and if you all have someone that's in need, have them to go ahead and contact me. The phone number is 314-495-8828.
And where can we find you on Facebook or any
You
social
can-
media?
Okay, so I am on. I always have a hard time with this one. Twitter. I call it Twinkie.
Twinkie. That's what he
I
eats.
got
Now
better
you
at it.
sound like my co-host over here. Twinkies.
So you can get me on Twitter at Cassandra3022. I'm also on Instagram, and I believe it's the same. And then Facebook, Logan's Kids Resale. I have the business page, and then I have a community page, which is friends who like Logan's Kids Resale.
Okay.
And that page, pretty much, if you're looking for jobs and resources, I'll post them on there.
And August 4th,
August the 4th.
August 4th, Marquette Community Day / book bag giveaway. It's coming between 12 and 4 in the evening, which is a Sunday. Come out and get the kids' haircut. We have beauticians on deck. We have activities, entertainment,
food.
celebrity.
There you go.
Just a whole host of resources for the community and surrounding areas of Marquette. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what they do. Well, make sure that you get that all that information to us, and we will do our due diligence to blast it out for you all.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
So, well, we're gonna wrap up. What you got to say before we leave, bro?
I'm good, bro. I was just gonna say, I'll hand it over to you, man. You the man.
That's what I'm talking
We
about.
gotta get the hand claps on the.
So, I just appreciate everyone tuning in. Appreciate our guests for coming, as usual. Grace, I hope you will come back and sit in again. Each and every week, we have Andrew. That, he just kills it. That's my cat. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're done for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming in. Man, appreciate you, Rio. So, y'all be easy and E-I-O-U.
Peace.
Peace.